This is Spec Ops 56 and my cameraman John Toe, and this is going to be a follow-up video to our making beef jerky for long-term storage video series. I decided that it'd be a good idea to show you briefly how I dehydrate vegetables and fruit and vacuum pack them, for my own personal storage. Now, you can, if you have a big garden or you prefer to just go to a farmer's market and buy in bulk, then you can do it from raw, and it probably will cost less, but it will take a lot more time. You'll have to prepare it. You have to peel it if it needs peeling. You'll have to cut it up, dice it up, slice it up. You'll have to parboil it generally, and it just take a lot more time to do it that way. So it just depends on how much you need to put away, how big your family is. Now for me, it's just me and my wife, and that's it. So I don't need to go to all that trouble. So what I do is I'll go to the grocery store and I'll pick up whatever largest bag of vegetables that I want to do in the frozen section, and then I don't have to do any of that. It's already done. And when you put it in the dehydrator, you don't even have to thaw it out if you don't want to. I prefer to thaw it out, and then you just spread it out on the trays. You don't want to overload the trays. You don't want to have them piled up on top of each other. Now, in order to do this kind of vegetables like this, where they're already cut small, you're going to need some sort of a screen that goes on your tray. You can buy them, which I did for this. This is the Nesco dehydrator, and I bought their silicone screens, and this works fine. Now, you can also make your own. Back when I first had this one, they didn't have the pre-made ones available. So what I did is I bought some screen door material, some plastic screen door material, and I just cut out my own to fit this dehydrator trays. And it works perfectly fine. I've had these for years. You just wash them when you're done. Okay. In this dehydrator, I do the same thing. Buy a big bag of whatever fruit I'm going to use. This time it's sliced peaches. And there again, you lay them out on the tray. I let these defrost, and you just lay them out on the tray. You don't want to have them overlapping. So, all right, now when doing vegetables and fruit, at least in the Nesco or any other that has an adjustable temperature, you want to use the setting for 135 degrees. Now once I've got these done dehydrating, I will vacuum pack them using my Nesco vacuum sealer. Okay, now I really like this one. It's got a lot of features. It's real easy to use, and I like the fact that when you put the bag in there, you lock it down and it's hands-free. And it comes with the rolls to cut and make your own, but I prefer to use the pre-cut bags that you can buy. The ones I'm using, I get off of Amazon. The brand name is WeVac. These are the quart size. They're 8 by 12. Comes 100 to a pack. I think it was something like $12 or $13. And I just got some of the little pint size ones, 6x10, same brand, WeVac. They work perfectly. And in fact, let me show you a couple things that I vacuum pack and how I do it. Now rice is a good thing to vacuum pack for storage. This is one of those pint-sized bags. Now what I do is I buy a bag of rice from the grocery store. Like I said, it's just me and my wife, so I don't need 50-pound bags of rice. Although I may have something like that in my food storage, but you don't need to know about that. Anyway, these what I do, I put 1 cup of rice per bag, and I do the same thing with beans. These are some navy beans. Just buy a bag of navy beans at the store, and I put 1 cup of beans per bag. Now that way, instead of making it all in one big bag, I can just take one of each of these out and cook them up as a stew or a soup or whatever, and I don't have a whole lot of wastage, a whole lot left over that I can't seal, because in a shit at the fan situation, they may not have electricity. So what you want to do is you want to plan out your food storage portions when you're vacuum packing for what your family needs for a meal or two. Another thing that I vacuum pack, you get all this stuff for storage, rice, beans, all that other stuff, but a lot of times, a lot of people forget you're going to need seasonings. And yeah, you can buy all the jars of seasoning and all like that, and that works too, basic seasonings. But what I like to do, I like to get those pouches of seasonings that you get for like beef stew and these kind of things. And like in this case, I've got 5 different kinds of seasonings in here. This one is for chili seasoning. I have 1 of each of the 5 in each pouch. So, and then the other one, I got taco seasoning. Got some chicken gravy. Some beef stew. And some slow cooker, what is that? Yeah, slow cooker pot roast seasoning. Now some people are going to say, well, this already sealed up in an envelope. Why do you need to vacuum pack it? Well, because these envelopes were not designed for long-term storage. You can't see it, but they probably are a little porous. And also, while the stuff inside of it is already dehydrated and powder, and it's going to last a long time anyway, moisture eventually can get in. So I vacuum seal them just to give them that extra protection, because I don't know how long it'll be before I need to use it. But that's me. Well, that's pretty much the overview of this. What I wanted to tell you. When John's not going to be here once this stuff is done, so I'll be doing the lousy camera work, and I will show you the finished dehydrated product, and then I will show you vacuum sealing it with my Nesco vacuum sealer, and that'll pretty much be the end of this little video. So till then, I'll be back as soon as that's all done. Okay, I'm back. All the dehydrating is done. The mixed vegetables are done. The peaches are finally done. I did have a little glitch with doing the peaches, and I'll discuss that when I get to the peaches, but I'm going to start out with the mixed vegetables. We did 2 32-ounce bags of mixed vegetables for a total of 64 ounces of frozen mixed vegetables. Oh, by the way, before I continue, I'm just doing the camera work by myself. I got it sitting on a tripod, and I'm trying to look in the view screen to see what I'm doing, so you'll have to excuse the bad camera work. So anyway, this was 64 ounces of frozen mixed vegetables, and this is what that looks like. You hear that? That's the sound you want to hear when you do the vegetables for long-term storage. So you want to get all of that moisture out of there. Now, 64 ounces of the frozen mixed vegetables yielded just under 12 ounces of dehydrated vegetables. Now, it took 12 hours to get them to that point, and I rotated the trays 3 times during that time. So now we're going to go on to the to the peaches. I had a problem while it was being dehydrated. My old Magic Chef dehydrator kicked the bucket. I think the heating element went out on it sometime during the first 8 hours or so, and I hadn't noticed it right off. So what I did was, once the mixed vegetables were done in the Nesco, I just transferred the peaches to the Nesco, and because of all that, it took a total of 13 hours to get the peaches to the proper dehydration level for the long-term storage. Now, this is where they are here. I don't know just what the final weight of the peaches is going to be, because as you can see, they're still in the tray. I haven't taken them out. I just wanted you to see them in the tray. And but it was a 32 ounce bag of sliced frozen peaches. Now, before I show you this, I took one out when it was at the snacking level of yeah, I'm trying to get that. Yep, there we go. The snacking level of dehydration, which is where it still has a little bit of the moisture left in it. You can see, okay, it doesn't look too much different than that. But this, as you can see, they're much darker, and and they're stuck to the the little screen. There we go. Okay, so this is what you want for long-term storage. Now, I can prove that by the fact that here, these are some pear slices that we did at the same time we did that 9-year-old beef jerky. And this has been sitting in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator right along with that jerky for 9 years. And let's see, yeah, there we go. So it's still, what you want basically is you want it to be the consistency of leather basically. And this is still perfectly good. Tastes perfectly fine. We'll be doing an update taste test video on this before too long. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and vacuum seal this stuff in my Nesco vacuum sealer and show you how I do that. And when I'm ready to get that all done, I'll be back. Okay, it's time to do the vacuum sealing. Now on the peaches, I weighed it out, and the 32 ounces of frozen peach slices yielded 4.2 ounces of dehydrated peaches. So there's an awful lot of water in peach slices. Now I'm going to be using the pint-sized bags because that'll be the right size for me and my wife. And on the peaches, I'll just divide it up in half, and I'll put these in another pint size and get it vacuumed after we're done here on camera. And on the mixed vegetables, I just scoop out about a cup of the mixed vegetables, and that'll be just about perfect. I could take this along with a pouch of rice and a pouch of beans, and I could mix them all together, and with some of those seasonings I got vacuum packed, and have a pretty good meal for 2 or 3 days. So for my wife and I. So all right, now this is my Nesco vacuum sealer, and I highly recommend it. One thing I like is it's got a lot of adjustments. Now I always use the double seal setting on mine, just to give me extra protection. So let me set that, and start with the peaches. You just open it up, take it, slide it under there, under these 2 tabs, as long as it's inside this slot, the opening. Do that. Now this is what I really like about this vacuum sealer. You just lock it down with the handle. There'll be a countdown on here. Now you might want to turn your volume level down while this is working, because it gets pretty loud. It's not as loud as some. But it is still, you know, you can hear it real easy. So just hit vacuum and seal. Now it's in the process of sealing, and when it's done sealing, it'll let you know. But yeah, I can highly recommend this Nesco. I don't remember exactly what I paid for it. I think it was around $100, and it's well worth it. You can also get the attachment with the hose to hook into it and the vacuum seal things in mason jars. I've got that, but I haven't used it. Okay. Now it's sealed. Open it up, and there you go. You can see the double seal here. At least I hope you can. Remember, I'm doing this on the camera by myself. So there you go. I'm just looking in the viewfinder. Right, so there's that. Now we'll do the mixed vegetables. And once again, you might want to lower your volume. Do 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 do. Sorry, I just had to. And there you go. And there we have the vacuum sealed mixed vegetables. So, well, that pretty much concludes this video. I hope that you found it useful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll try to answer them as best I can. And till Till the next time, this is Spec Ops 56. But it's not Jonto, because he's not here, saying so long and see you next year.